You gotta go do dumbbells.
Did you guys watch the Olympia?
Yes.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you see Chris Bumstead retiring, dude?
Yeah.
I did my leg workout yesterday, and like my opening. I said right before I did my first set. Yeah, right. Okay. I just caught that. Right before I did my first set, I was like, "This one's for you, C-Bum." And that leg workout yesterday was fucking awesome. So it worked out pretty good.
So I think he looked a hell of a lot better this year than he did last year. Like,
Which is crazy. Which is crazy
Yeah.
to think about.
So last year I actually was part of the group that thought he did.
No, they have to be. It has to be pro. It has to be pro. Pro. He's not pro.
I thought he was pro.
Yeah.
I thought he got his pro card.
He got second place.
Oh yeah.
And then he was going to compete again, which I think he would have got it if he would have done it. But then he backed out and he never did it. So
What a pussy.
I know.
Well, he gained 50 pounds overnight.
I know it
He's
is.
like, I'm not doing this
It's
again.
crazy how much his weight goes up and down when he does that. It's crazy. I called it. Okay, I'm just gonna say it right now. I called it 2 weeks ago. If you go back and watch my back and bicep video, I think the title was uh, "Back and Biceps" and like Mr. Olympia talk or something. Um, I said somewhere in that opening conversation with myself that I had a feeling Samson was gonna win the Open Olympia. And that was my prediction. I said Samson 1, Derek 2, Hottie 3. And then at the last second, at the last freaking second, I chickened out because I seen a recent uh, back day training video from Derek, and I should have known that that's his shot. So, but it convinced me that Derek was gonna win. So at the last second, I chickened out, and I switched to, I believe I had Derek first, Samson second, Hottie third, and I should have just stuck with that gut instinct that Samson's gonna win because I really did just have a feeling. I remember I seen some recent photo updates from him. It was I think it was his hamstrings or his, I don't remember now, but it was his legs. And then he had some back poses he did, and he was just looking so good. And there's just I don't know, like it was honestly just a feeling I had. And they say like a lot of times that gut instinct is right, and you should follow it. Prime example right here. I should have followed it, but you live and learn. So okay, let me do another warm up. Let's do 315. Yeah, but a huge congratulations to Samson because he looked great, dude. He did. His conditioning was better than last year's. It still wasn't quite as good as, say, the Hotties, maybe. But he makes up for it with leaps and bounds with just how big he is and how full his muscles were looking. It was crazy, dude. I think he looked great, honestly. Um, and it's like I think he's in his upper 30s in terms of his age. So we'll see how long his body will kind of hold up and allow him to keep doing this. But I think as long as he brings the conditioning, as long as his conditioning is good enough, it doesn't have to be Hottie level when Hottie's at his best. But as long as it's good enough, I think he can win for years to come. Um, just because how big he is and how round his muscle bellies are, he's kind of built for Open Olympia, dude. He's a big guy, looks great, and he has the narrow waist to go with it. So like I said, as long as he brings the conditioning and the hardness, I don't see anybody beating him for a while. Of course, you always have your kind of dark horses coming out of nowhere. That could happen. But from anybody like that, it's at the top right now. And I will say, a honestly, it wasn't a shock to me, but Martin Fitzwater placing fourth, yeah, he looks good. I think he has potential to really crack the top three, and maybe next year or the year after, as long as he keeps getting better, you know. But anyways, let's do another warm up, and then I'll probably get this first set going. That first rep, I was a little uneven. I think I was off to one side too far. Felt weird. I had to do a couple extra just to make sure, kind of relock back in and make sure I'm ready. But yeah, just like past couple weeks, let's go up to 335 and do one set, go from there. Time to chalk up. My face is tingling after that one. Seriously, like my nose and lips are tingling. Oh, it's a weird sensation. I gotta say, 11, 11 reps was possible. I think I could have done it. It would have been really tough though. But I'm fine with 10 for now. I got two more sets that I'll do here with this weight. All about drop set probably. Again, it's a lot of the same old, same old. But I've said it before. I'll say it again real quick. Um, I think getting some routines is a good thing, but only in chunks, you know. So I might do this. This is the third week of doing this bench press with this weight. I'll keep going. Maybe add a little weight here and there as I get stronger and feel like I can. Um, but after some months, probably go back to something else, you know. So, anyways, that was 10 pretty good reps. I'll rest 3 or 4 minutes and then do another one. One set down only, and my chest, honestly, is burning a little bit already. So, sign of good things to come, hopefully. Let's do the second one though. Uh, was that 8.5? I don't like that. My triceps have been doing that. I won't say frequently, but they've kind of been doing that lately. It's almost like they'll just not give out, because if they gave out, obviously the bar like start coming down pretty rapidly. But it's just like they lose power, you know. And I've always been a tricep dominant presser, and I have moved my hands out a little bit to try to engage the chest more. Maybe that's why, but that was close. I got again um last Thursday I failed a decline, and then today I was close to not even getting it up high enough to get on the rack. So I got to be a little more mindful, I guess. I still get set though. That was pretty much failure, because when you can't lock the rep out like that, I mean that's failure. So let me do one more um with the drop set, and that'll probably be it for bench press. Woo! That was the money set, like always. Can't beat a good drop set. That hurts in such a good way. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. That was actually really fucking good. So today's a good day, I think, to switch the order that I've been doing my Monday chest workouts. I'm still gonna do pretty much the same exercises, but like I said, just in a different order. So normally I'd finish with this. Actually, I've been finishing with that superset that I've been doing with this and the chest press machine over there. But today I'll do this second, and then I'll finish. Hopefully, if the cables are open, I'll finish with some cable flies over there. Maybe even I might even throw in at the end a kind of fly press combo at a slight decline, hit the mid and lower chest. We'll see though. We'll see what I feel like when I get to that point. But for now, we're gonna do some pec deck. Ah. Okay, in my opinion, if you want some big ass titties, as I like to call them, it should really be like a 2-to-1 ratio between your pressing and your flies. Um, if you go back and watch some of Arnold's old school workout videos and even his newer ones, and I swear by this too, he even says that flies is what really made his chest pop. And he was specific when he said is whenever he got that deep stretch and then flexed it up. He didn't bounce it. He didn't use momentum to help him. He'd flex it, gets really deep in that stretch, and then flex the fly up. Um, and he said that's what really made his chest start to develop and start to pop and grow. So, so like again, this is one reason why I separate my flat bench press days and my incline bench press days into 2 separate days. Because like today, I did 3 sets in a drop set, a flat bench press, um, and then the rest of everything I'm gonna do is gonna be a fly of some sort. And then Thursday, I'll come in, I'll do incline bench press for upper chest, and then after that, everything else, for the most part, is a fly. But it's like a 2-to-1 ratio most of the time. So for every press that I do about two different exercises of flies, sometimes even three to make up for it. So that's the ratio I like to kind of go by. Um, but if you have like really good chest genetics, you can probably get away with doing your flat and your incline bench press all in one day, and your chest will still grow. That's part of having good chest genetics. Um, but if you don't, if you're kind of tricep dominant like I am with your pressing, just one exercise, 3 to 4 sets, followed by a bunch of flies, different angles, different levels, and you'll probably have your best results doing that. I've been throwing in some like push-ups, which counts as a press at the end, but I still follow that key of getting that really deep stretch and then just flexing out of the hole. Um, but yeah, that's kind of what I do, and I've learned to kind of not worry about how heavy I'm going, just go heavy for the amount of reps that I want, which is not 5 anymore. I'm in that at least 8 to even all the way up to 15 or 20 sometimes in my later. Like when I do that bench press machine, I might be up to 15 or 20 reps. So that's my opinion. Again, everybody, you got to kind of live and learn and figure out for yourself. But I think that's a good place to start for anybody that's never worked out. Just try that and see. If it doesn't work for you, try something else. But anyways, what is it? Set 2? Yeah, set number 2. All right, let's do one more, probably followed with a drop set. Oh. Oh. No, come on. You know what? Rather than just do one drop set, think I'm gonna do two. This is actually feeling really good. And pec deck doesn't always go like that for me. It's kind of hit and miss. So, but since it feels good today, let's do a couple. Let's try to take advantage of this. Come on. Okay. Okay. Whew. That was almost perfect. Almost. All right, man. You want something else?
Same concept here.
All right. I figured why not do some incline dumbbell flies today? It's been, I actually don't know how long it's been since I've done these. It's been some weeks though. So just kind of like the pec deck, throwing that in second rather than last. It just feels like a good day to reorder some things. And I know I said when I was saying that on the pec deck, I was going to do all the same exercises, just in a different order. Well, I'm kind of deviating from that a little bit by doing this because, like I said, it's maybe even been like a month since I've done these, but I love them. Like for upper chest, this might be my favorite upper chest exercise. I do love a good incline Smith machine bench press, but this might top it. It works great. So if you have a problem with upper chest, whether it's just genetics or whatever, you just can't seem to develop it, incline dumbbell flies. You can even do different levels. Do 2 or 3 sets one level, 2 3 sets another level. But yeah, they work great. So let me shut the fuck up and do this first one. I believe I believe that's a PR. That is the most amount of reps I've ever done with the 75s on incline. Well, for dumbbell flies, that is. So the temptation is to go up 5 pounds, but I think today I'm going to stick with 75s. I might go a little faster, like I typically do, just to make it more difficult. Um, yeah, and just stick with the 75s and do a couple more sets, a little bit higher reps. I just think that's good for today. So let's do two more. I could not have picked a better song to get me in the zone and get me hyped up than this one. And it just happened to be the next song on the playlist. So let's fucking go. One more. Beating up the rest periods there definitely worked. I only got 8 on this last one. And the first one I think I did 14. So you do the math there. I mean, I lost significant amount of reps with each one, but that's fine. It kind of played out pretty much how I wanted it to, really. I wanted it to each one to get harder without having to go up in weight. And it played out perfect. So that was tough, but very good. All right, that's it here. That is it. I'll probably just do one more exercise, honestly. And then we might call it there, do some posing. I'm gonna do just what I said when I was doing pec deck. It's gonna be a chest fly press combo. So I'm gonna come back almost in a press, but then I'm gonna kind of round rather than pushing in a straight linear line. So I mean, it's not that much of a deviation from just a normal press, really, but it's just a slight different nuance that can and will hit your chest a little different than what you're accustomed to if you want to try it. I'm going just a little bit lighter because normally this would be second or third. And as long as when it comes to like in the order of what I do things, it'd be like second or third. This is the fourth and final thing, so I'm gonna go a little lighter, not worry about how much weight, and just make sure I'm getting a good stretch, good control of what I'm doing, and a good contraction and a squeeze at the peak contraction. So pretty simple stuff. You guys kind of see really exactly what I'm talking about when I start doing it. Okay. Let's do a couple more with a potential drop set, which most of the time means I'm going to do one. So, mm, 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 mm. All right. Mm, 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 mm. Up. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, do this pump. At least it feels insane. So we gotta go ahead and check this out. Whew. Oh man, this pump is maybe the best one that I've had in a while. And there's a couple things that make that crazy because I've been cutting, and a lot of times the deeper you get into a cut, the harder it can be to get a good pump because you're just depleted of a lot of things. Um, but then the second thing is, again, I've been cutting, but the past couple weeks I've been getting lucky having some good pumps. And what I think it might be is I've been cheating just at one Saturday a week, kind of getting a high carb day, high really everything. Um, and I think it is enough to carry me for at least the first half of the week. So like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it kind of gives me some great pumps. And then Thursday and Friday maybe not as good because that's when I'm furthest into my depletion for the week. So again, it's kind of an unconventional thing I've been doing with this one cheat day, where I pretty much eat whatever I want, but I'm still quote unquote, cutting. Um, but again, I think it's been giving me some good pumps. Like I said, for the first 2 3 days back into the training week. So I don't know, and I feel like I'm getting leaner. I'm seeing more striations in certain areas. So I think another 7-ish weeks, give or take a week or two. Hopefully, we got something pretty cool to look at here. But all right, I've talked enough. Let's see what the pump's looking like. I don't want to lose it, so let's check it. this is a pretty good pump. Not gonna lie. Whew. Man, I really am starting to see, and I hope you guys can too. I'm starting to see some improvements in my chest, specifically that lower portion that I've been trying to work on. I'm starting to see some more meat coming in there. I think it's from all this decline bench I've been doing every Friday. I've been throwing in a lot of lower chest cable stuff. I just finished with one, and I think it's starting to do something, which is obviously a good sign that whatever you're doing is working. Say like you change something in your routine, whether it's your diet, some exercises you're doing, rep ranges you're doing, anything like that. Say you change something, and after a couple months you see no improvement, no difference, nothing, or very very minimal. Um, Probably a sign that whatever you switched isn't working, or maybe it's just not for you. Um, and I would even say maybe a little longer than a couple months, maybe 3 or 4 months. Um, I mean, it affects everybody different, so you kind of have to. This is where you have to really learn your body yourself and see how quickly your body adapts to changes. Some people adapt very quickly, others it takes some time. So, but yeah, if you change something and you see no difference, no improvement, it's probably not a good change. So you may have to reevaluate, um, and kind of not start from scratch, but change some things again until you find that sweet spot, or whatever that works for you, and you start to see those improvements. It's kind of basic logic and advice I'm giving here, but you'd be surprised how many people can't pick up on that. So, and the more years you get in the gym, the easier it is to kind of spot whenever that's happening or not happening, depending on what side you're on there. But that's it, man. Fucking awesome chest day. I'm gonna go do my second half of cardio. I'm done. Tomorrow I'll be back for back and biceps.